Huh? Pretty good. It's a good gig. The helmets can't handle this level of rock and roll.
Plankton is about this big, little cyclops. And yeah, he's got a little bit of a Napoleon complex, I'd say.
This monument celebrating my glory isn't gonna build itself.
It's almost like he can't help it. He has this ingrown need to just take over the world and rule everything. He knows what's best for everybody. He's smarter than everybody. I guess in some ways, he's like Squidward with a little more motivation.
Anything that drifts is considered plankton. I think it's Greek for drifter, the word plankton. So he is a specific plankton known as a copepod, which is a really common small crustacean. And he's even designed to be similar. He has 2 antennae and 1 eyeball, which certain varieties have 1 eye. They're they are a cyclops.
Nothing can stop me now.
He runs a business, also like Mr. Krabs, a fast food business called the Chum Bucket.
I've never even had 1 customer.
But his food is awful, and so no one will go there.
I love the character because he really is smart and he really does know his stuff, but unfortunately he's so, caught up in what he wants that he wants to destroy things, and he's really just mad that he can't, his fast food place won't go.
If only I could have managed to steal the secret to crab success. The formula for the Krabby Patty. Then people would line up to eat at my restaurant.
He wants to steal the secret formula to the Krabby Patty, or for the Krabby Patty, and which is a ridiculous thing to even care about anyway.
Well, I'd like to hang around, but I've got Krabby Patties to make.
I'll be with my daughter and her friends, and they'll say, "Is it true that you're in the SpongeBob movie?" And I go, "Yeah, I have a voice of one of the people in the SpongeBob movie. I do one of the characters." And they say, "Who do you play? Who do you play?"
Name's Dennis. I've been hired to exterminate you.
Who works for Plankton? As soon as I play Plankton, they're all like, "Ooh, Plankton."
Plankton was very specific.
Plankton?
Ooh, we hate Plankton. And I've learned now to really push that button with them. So when the next day there'll be a different round of people, my kids' friends, and they'll say, "So are you in the SpongeBob movie?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I work for Plankton." And they all go, "Oh, Plankton." They hate Plankton. So I'm learning more and more about where everybody fits in the SpongeBob world.
That was beautiful, but we got S a little too hot.
I'm gonna come out there and kill the sound man. Let's do it again.
When you set out to do a movie, there should be something special about the movie, I guess the hook of the movie, what's the hook here? And I think the hook is that these guys are going to take a major leap into live action, and for us, technically, that's a huge thing. We never really had the characters running around in a live action world, so that was presented an interesting challenge, and I think that for the audience, I would hope that it's a payoff, that they're going to see something that they would never see during the series.
Oh no. How will we ever get back to Bikini Bottom now?
I got this phone call from Steve, who created SpongeBob, and called me up and said, "Hi, we're doing a picture called SpongeBob, and we'd love you to be in this." And I said, "I don't care what the part is, I'm in." Because when I mention the word SpongeBob around my household, my kids go crazy. I've seen the show, I love the show, but mainly it's because my kids said, "Dad, you gotta do this one." And I love Nickelodeon. I think it's a really positive thing for kids. And so I was really honored and happy to do this.
Look up like that, like, yeah. Oh, yeah, please do it again. Okay. Here we go, picture. DH, as I like to call him, meets Patrick and SpongeBob at the edge of the beach, and they're trying to get back with the crown, and they don't have any way to get back, and so Hasselhoff shows up, and he's like the superhero, coming to offer them a free ride back.
Action!
I can take you there.
Who are you?
I'm David Hasselhoff.
SpongeBob says, "Hooray, who are you?" And I go, "I'm David Hasselhoff." And I went, "How weird is this?"
So where's your boat?
Boat. You guys. Good and cut.
Somebody said, what if he doesn't have a boat? And so he just swims, and basically Hasselhoff comes running down the beach when they need help and puts him on his back and swims to Bikini Bottom, which is out in the middle of the Pacific.
Hooray for Hasselhoff!
This is our enormous 13-foot Hasselhoff body.
Oh!
The double size.
700-pound David Hasselhoff replica with hair from a yak. This is from a yak.
And we built a double-sized version because of all the action that takes place on Hasselhoff's back.
Go, Hasselhoff!
And we didn't want to ask Hasselhoff to lay in this position for 2 weeks straight while we filmed macro photography on his back.
Action!
Once Hasselhoff is bringing SpongeBob and Patrick back to Bikini Bottom, and he's cruising along like a speedboat. They're actually riding on his back, and Dennis shows up, and there's a whole fight sequence on the back. Goes all up and down the legs, like as if it's a fight on top of a train from an action movie. And like SpongeBob's in danger of falling off into the water, and so there's all these great, shots looking down the legs, and all these amazing shots that we couldn't have gotten with an actor. So we had to build this giant version of him.
Take it easy back there, fellas.
He totally understood that it was campy and that he really got it. And after the shoot, I realized no one else could have done this. I mean, the guy was in shape. He has a stunt double that they worked together with, but he does a lot of his own stunts, and he went the whole 9 yards. I mean, he really worked hard for us and did a performance greater than I imagined. And all the while, I know he was excited to do it for us. He was really helping us out, and great job. He did a great job.
You done good, Hasselhoff. You done good.
On this trek, SpongeBob learns a lot about himself. So there's actually his personal growth in the story is that he learns to believe in himself.
I've been through a lot in the past 6 days, 5 minutes, 27.5 seconds. And if I've learned anything during that time, it's that you are who you are.
This movie is very much a journey that SpongeBob and Patrick take to prove that even though they're perceived as being children and, sort of goofball children at that,
I'm a goofy goober, yeah.
that they are able to achieve great things despite their lack of experience and despite their lack of worldly knowledge.
I did what everyone said a kid couldn't do. I made it to Shell City, and I beat the Cyclops, and I rolled the Hasselhoff, and I brought the crown back!
I guess it is a little bit of a wish fulfillment fantasy that a child would have, is that everything is riding on the green kids just because they're the last people left.
Hooray! We made it!
That's kind of a sidebar. The most important thing is that Mr. Krabs is in peril. It's a story about a crab, and he's been framed by his nemesis Plankton. That's the story. SpongeBob, me boy! I'm sorry I ever doubted you. That's a mistake I won't make again.
Oh, Mr. Krabs, you won't soft serve. Oh, I'm a goofy goober.